Hello, everyone, and welcome to Generation In Between, a Xennial Podcast. My name is Danny.
And I'm Katie. And we are here to talk about all things being 80s kids and 90s teens. That still didn't make sense. Let's do it one more time.
Okay.
Now I know what I'm doing. doing. And we should say our names, because if it's ever someone's first time, we can't assume they know who we are.
All right. Here we go. Doodaloo, doodaloo, doodaloo. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Generation In Between, a Xennial Podcast. My name is Danny.
And my name is Katie, and welcome to our podcast where we talk about all things from being 80s kids and 90s teens. We remember, we revisit, we relearn, and like today's episode, we rewatch a lot of things too.
And we're starting spooky season. We started spooky season last episode.
Yes.
With our, well, not our last episode. Well, because we did Dawson's last episode. Before that, we did shit that scared us when we were kids. And it was hilarious. We had lots of feedback.
We did.
I also got a text from our friend Jen, who y'all have heard us mention before. One of our Jens, who works in the mental health field. And she said, Danny, you can quit saying undiagnosed anxiety. I'm officially diagnosing you. But what I meant in that episode was undiagnosed childhood anxiety, because I have definitely been diagnosed multiple times since then.
Yes.
So,
and you were talking about how just the fears you had at the time stemmed from undiagnosed anxiety at that age. Totally makes sense.
Which sounds very heavy and serious, but it wasn't a very heavy, serious episode. Some of it
really
was,
wasn't.
But it was mostly just silly.
It was mostly
silly
like
shit.
Muppets that scared us, sharks in pools, things like that. One serial killer, but you know what you can do.
Well,
there's at least one.
So today I'm pumped because we rewatched. Well, Katie's never seen this movie.
Yep.
One of mine and Troy's top 3 favorite movies of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
High praise.
Love it. And it is the movie The Lost Boys. And it doesn't have to be a spooky season movie, but it's about vampires, about hot vampires. So,
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We're going to get there. There's a reason why they're hot.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. Like, there never has to be a reason to be hot.
I was going to say, do we need a justification for anyone, specifically vampires, to be hot?
No. Okay. Also, we have some fun themed mugs. We're also in all black, so I look very goth-like today.
I brought my cape, but we stopped short.
You could wear it, but you'd probably be sweating.
I'd probably be sweating. So yeah, we
got
really
some dancing
mugs.
skeleton mugs. We're in all
Adorable.
black.
There's something else new on our set today.
There is.
That is not just here for spooky season. It is our hot pink mic covers.
They're so furry and fun.
They're very furry and fun.
Katie also brought another pink furry item.
Should I show everyone?
Yeah, that sounded kind of weird. Don't worry.
Sorry, everyone. Hold on.
It's nothing bad.
It's okay for those just listening.
Yeah.
It is a hot pink shag pillow.
Because it looks like a Muppet.
It does. It's super soft. Feel. Are you scared?
Oh, my cat would love that.
Yeah, it's definitely cat fodder for sure.
Oh, but fodder.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm not going to hold it right now, because the main reason I got it is just to be a comfort, but also I am so tired of like seeing my midsection on our videos. Now, let me preface this. I don't really care about how my midsection looks. I'm fine with how I look. I am fine going through my day with what my body looks like at this age. I'm doing pretty good, right? But there's something about literally watching yourself.
I get it.
That I'm like, the way that I'm sitting, and then like in the episode I get more comfy, so I kind of slouch down a little. I'm like, if I have to look at one more freaking clip of my stomach, I'm just not going to watch anymore, which is a choice. But instead I brought a pillow. So if I start to feel self-conscious,
sit like that.
I also just like holding pillows. Yeah. And I usually have like, when I'm working at home, I have like a blanket on my lap.
Or you have that stuffy thing, now it's weighted.
Yeah. I have a new one too. I have a weighted like dog stuffy.
That's it.
They've got these ones out now called Warmies.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
And so 2 of my daughters have a Snoopy Warmie, and I jokingly will like borrow my youngest all the time. I'm like, I want the Warmie. So she stayed with her grandparents last weekend.
And took the Warmie.
They took her shopping, and they told them they could each get one thing, and she got a Warmie for me.
Okay, I love this kid.
Is that not the sweetest? And it's a golden retriever.
Of
so
course
it looks like our dog, our golden doodle. And so now I have my own Warmie. I know.
Well, see,
really
I
sweet.
think that's just more of a sensory thing for you because
I think so too.
That's like a sensory regulatory thing, like the weight on the thing.
Yeah.
Because when we used to record at your house, remember we did that? That feels like a long time
recall.
ago.
It was almost 2 years ago.
I know. Wild. Yeah. When we used to record at Katie's house, I can remember her being like, Brant, can you hand me my, I don't know what you called it. Like, do you have a name for it? Like the dog.
The weighted dog or the dog, the actual dog?
No, the weighted dog.
I don't think so.
No, because you wouldn't bring the dogs in there because they would drive us crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't like dogs.
And that was when I only had 2 dogs.
True.
Imagine a giant puppy golden doodle now. That'd be horrible.
It would be.
And we didn't have video then. So to your point, your point, it wasn't like a looks thing. But I guess I'm saying that because I'm sure there's listeners who feel the same way. I don't care that much how I look. I'm good.
But everybody has their comfort, and that's okay.
Right. So it's kind of both. It's and I think too, maybe I'm sitting awkwardly as well because I don't have that thing that I'm used to. Yeah. And I can see it in my body language, and that's another thing. So anyway, I have the pillow here. I'm not holding it right now because aesthetically with us in the black and the pink, I'm like, and the skeleton mugs, I'm like, okay, no, we don't need a giant shag pillow, but it might show up.
But we're also in black like sweater things. So
we are.
You can't see our folds. Our folds. Like
no, we can't. Thank God.
I get it. Okay, so anyway, so enough about our setup. We're going to hop right into this because what we're going to do, whenever we rewatch stuff, one of us does research. I'm doing a lot of the research for the spooky season just because it's a lot of stuff that Katie hasn't seen or it's been a while or I just know a lot about it. So one of us does research and we get sucked into hours of it because it's so easy to fall down the research rabbit holes. I'll tell you about some I fell down when I was doing this. And then we'll just talk about our thoughts on the movie. So I have a notebook with thoughts. Katie has her brain.
Look, I just want to start out by saying I loved this movie.
Yes!
This movie has everything, okay?
I know.
It has vampires.
Yes.
It has
vampires.
Hot vampires. A wisecracking grandpa.
Yes.
Not one, but two adorable doggos.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to say 2 adorable Corys.
And also, I'm 2 Corys. Yeah. And then, I mean, I think it's funny that it's in Santa Carla. That just cracked me up. But also, other than the vampire activity, that seemed like a cool place to live. But anyway, I enjoyed the whole thing.
I am so happy. I knew you would like it.
And I saw that you posted on social, and I think we're going to talk about this. The saxophone guy with no shirt who's like
the best.
A bodybuilder or something. I was watching that scene like, but why?
It doesn't matter.
But it's also, I love it.
It's so campy, right?
But why?
Oh, God. That's one of my favorite scenes of the movie. And let's talk about the music for this movie.
The music was really good.
Great.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. We'll talk about all these awesome things. It's also just like such a good snapshot of the 80s.
I agree.
The clothes, the vibe, the music, everything.
Like, I felt like the Goonies for me was almost, well, I had comments on that. Listen to our episode if you want to know what they were. Was just almost too cliche, and maybe that's because it wasn't at the time, but it is now because it's such a classic movie. And so I found myself not enjoying parts of it, but something about the way this one was presented was fresh.
Yeah.
And didn't feel super cliche. I mean, hot vampires, I guess, is kind of cliche, but like.
Well, but they were one of the first ones to do hot vampires.
Okay. And I was very engaged with it like the whole time.
Yeah. And the actors are fucking good.
Really good.
Like,
yeah.
Come on.
Really good.
Like the superstars and the lineup are legit.
So good.
All right. So for those of you, if you don't know what the movie The Lost Boys is about, I'm going to tell you. Okay. Here is the official summary. When a recently divorced mother and her 2 teenage boys move to a coastal town to stay with her father, it doesn't take long for the brothers to realize the area is a haven for something much more sinister than party-going surfers. All right. So this movie came out I'm on Katie's computer, so I'm like,
worst case, you
be a minute. Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
You can use the down arrow or just the touch screen.
We good. No, I cannot.
Keep going.
Girl, me and touch screens, not good.
Okay.
I can't even. All right. So anyway, it came out in 1987. Joel Schumacher was a director who actually died in June of 2020.
Oh.
But you know him. He did lots of movies in the 80s and 90s. He did St. Elmo's Fire. He did Flatliners. He did Dying Young. He did The Client, Batman Forever, A Time to Kill, and Batman and Robin. He also directed Phantom of the Opera in 2004.
Really?
Yeah, the movie version.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the reason that he got the chance to do that is because Andrew Lloyd Webber really admired how he did music in this film.
This film being Lost Boys? Really?
Yeah. And he asked him to do Phantom of the Opera.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that was just a fun little tidbit.
I love that.
So I'm going to go through, like I said, there's a star lineup of actors in this movie. I'm going to go through actors, and I'm just going to tell y'all some of the Xennial films you would know them from, like 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s. I'm not, because most of them have a huge filmography, and we don't need to like get into all that because we want to just talk about this movie. So we're going to start off, and I started off with like order of appearance, and then I just got random. So there's no good order. FYI. So Jason Patric played Michael. I'm also going to tell you how old they were.
Okay. Yes.
Because when I was watching the movie as a kid, I always thought, why is Michael so freaking old?
I thought that this time.
Yeah, he was 21.
Oh.
So he wasn't that old. He just has that face that looks old.
Yeah.
Him and Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
And he was 20.
Wow, really?
I know. It's the deep voice.
It might be the voice.
It's the deep voice. Yeah. So other Xennial films you might know Jason Patric from. He was in the film Rush in 91. He was in Sleepers in 96. He was in Speed 2, 97. He also famously dated Julia Roberts.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, him and her ran off together while she was dating Kiefer Sutherland, who was his best friend at the time.
Not during this filming.
No, it was
like
it
later.
was after. But
okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, fun fact. Jackie Gleason was his grandpa.
Oh.
What?
That's cool.
I know. I started off with random facts about him, but I didn't find a lot. So the only other thing I wrote, some more stuff comes up later. He actually turned down the lead role in the film The Firm, which went to Tom Cruise.
Why did he turn it down?
I don't know. And that was a huge film, like for Tom Cruise. Came out in 93.
I mean, it's hard to imagine someone other than Tom Cruise, but now that I'm thinking about Jason Patric, yes,
they have a similar look.
I could see it.
Yeah, especially back then. Anyway, and so I told you the tea with him and Julia Roberts.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to our first Corey.
Corey
Haim, who played Sam. He was 15 at the time. He was the youngest cast member.
I see that.
Yep. He sadly died in March of 2010 of pneumonia. He struggled with drug addiction for a long time.
Dang.
It was kind of a side effect. Yeah, he had a really rough go of child stardom. And Corey Feldman did too, honestly, but he managed to clean up and stay clean. And Corey Haim just never really could get a handle on his demons, and it's sad. But some other things you know Corey Haim from. He was in a Stephen King movie called Silver Bullet, which I totally forgot about, in 1985. He was in the film Lucas in 1986. And then we have some of the movies he was in with the other Corey. They were in 8 films together.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'll go, well, actually, I have them right here. So this was the first movie the Coreys were in together. Okay. Lost Boys.
So this is number 1.
Yep. They did 8 films together. And they even did a sequel to this movie that went straight to VHS called Lost Boys, The Tribe in 2008.
I saw that when I was looking for this one to watch.
Yeah, I watched the trailer and it just looks terrible.
Okay.
But for those of y'all that don't know, like movies that went straight to video or DVD were usually not that great. Anyway, so they did 8 movies together. I thought I wrote them all, but License to Drive in 88, Dream a Little Dream, 89, Oh, What a Night, 92, Last Resort, 94. They did Dream a Little Dream 2.
Oh.
Yeah, in 95. Have you seen any of those?
Not a one.
Okay. We'll have to do a Corey filmography.
Yes.
License to Drive. They're all kind of, they all kind of follow the same kind of tropes, like the best friends, one silly, one serious, one gets the girls, one does, same kind of deal. But they're fun 80s movies. Fun fact about that sequel, Lost Boys, The Tribe. Angus Sutherland, who is Kiefer's half brother, plays the lead bad vampire in the sequel.
Okay.
So that's kind of fun.
Do they look a lot alike?
They look very similar.
Do they?
That strong like jaw and bone structure, they do look similar. Also blonde, but I don't know.
Donald Sutherland is their dad?
Yeah. Okay, so then we get to Diane. Is it Weist or Weist? Wiest?
I think it's Weist.
Who... Y'all, she was like the quintessential mom.
Oh, yeah.
In so many movies. And she's an amazing actress. She played Lucy. She played Sam and Michael's mom. And you know what I love about her? Her acting in everything I've seen her in seems so natural.
Mm-hmm.
Like you forget she's acting.
I agree.
You know, she's almost conversational with her acting. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And she doesn't, like, she comes off as like a mom you would know. Mm-hmm. Not like, especially for the time, not like the moms that are like on a pedestal kind of moms.
Yeah.
She seems like she's kind of quirky.
Yeah.
She's kind of doesn't have it all figured out, but it seems very authentic in her portrayal.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
So y'all would also know her. She was the mom in Footloose.
Okay.
She was also in a Woody Allen movie, The Purple Rose of Cairo in 85, Hannah and Her Sisters, 87, Parenthood, 1989, one of my favorite late 80s movies. She was in Edward Scissorhands in 1990, Little Man Tate, 91, Bullets Over Broadway in 94. Okay. So she's very, very experienced. So, but she got her start as a theater actor. What did I do here?
Not working.
I got it. You guys, me and computers. What is happening?
I don't know. Will it go?
Okay. So her original, though, career ambition was to be a ballerina.
Oh,
yeah. But she got bit by the acting bug after she did some theater work on stage. Most notably, this is fun, playing Desdemona to James Earl Jones' Othello on Broadway.
Wow.
What a combo.
I bet that was so good.
She's actually won 2 Oscars for supporting role. Hannah and Her Sisters was one, and Bullets Over Broadway was the other one.
Okay.
And both were directed by Woody Allen.
Okay.
I mean, he's crazy, but he makes some good films, guys.
He does. Yeah, he does. And he's one of those, you know, you get directors that tend to kind of cast the same people, at least for a spell.
Yeah.
He's one of those. So usually, like, if you've been in one Woody Allen movie, you've been in like 3 or 4.
Yeah. You're going to be a more if you get in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So actually, I thought of this while I was watching the movie. And I was like, I wonder if her name is Lucy because of Dracula, like the story.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
And it was.
It is. That is why?
Yep. And it totally was. I was like, I wonder if that's why her name is Lucy. And there were some other things that came up that I got confirmed about, but we'll get to it. So then let's talk about Bernard Hughes, who's grandpa.
Oh my God, I loved him.
Now, his backstory with acting is a lot of fun because he is known as one of America's most successful character actors.
Really?
Which is really fun because he always plays like a grandpa, like a grumpy grandpa or a funny grandpa. He was in Doc Hollywood in 91 with Michael J. Fox. He was in Sister Act 2 in 93. Okay. He was on Blossom. He was the grandpa on Blossom for 3 years. He was in The Fantastics. Do you remember when Joey McIntyre was in The Fantastics in 2000?
Yes.
Okay, he was in that.
Okay.
He also died in 2006.
Oh.
So he actually, I'm trying to make sense of my notes. You ever write something and be like, what did I mean?
Oh, yeah.
The reason why he's known as one of the most successful character actors is because he had success in movies, in TV, and on stage. Because he did all 3 and he did them all very well. And the funnest thing was that most of his success in his career did not happen until after middle age.
I love that.
I know.
I'm here for that.
Follow your dreams, guys. He had his first role on Broadway in 1939.
Stop it.
Yeah, girl. He was in 23 shows total, and his stage career lasted 8 decades.
That's amazing.
8 decades.
That's his stage career.
Yes.
And then he did TV and film later.
Yeah.
I guess. Oh my gosh.
But 8 decades.
Wow.
Like, I mean, he was performing until he couldn't.
Wow.
Right. I know.
That's awesome.
That was a really fun to find out about him. Okay, so then let's talk about Edward Herrmann, who we've talked about on this show before. He played Max. He was in the film Reds in 81. He was in Annie in 82. He played FDR.
Yep.
He was also in The Purple Rose of Cairo with Diane Weiss, whatever. He was in Overboard in 1987. He was in Big Business in 88, Richie Rich, 94. And he was on The Face on the Milk Carton, which is where we know him from.
That's where we know him from.
The funny thing about him is he was typecast a lot as like a rich, like put together guy, like snotty guy. That's who he was in Overboard. That's who he was in Richie Rich. He was in Nixon in 95 too. I forgot about that. Okay. So one of his last acting credits, I think he also died. Did I write it down?
I was going to say.
Yes, he did. Away? He did. He passed away. One of his last acting credits was narrating a documentary series on cancer while he himself was dying of brain cancer. Yeah, in 2014. I know. I watched the trailer for that and I was like, oh, I can't watch that right now. He actually was the voice of like a bajillion specials on the History Channel. And if you think about his voice, you can be like, oh yeah, that's a good narrator voice for sure. He actually won a Tony.
Really?
Yeah, in 1976 for Best Actor. The same year, his wife Kelly Bishop won hers. They actually played a couple on Gilmore Girls. I've never watched that show.
Oh, okay.
Have you watched that show?
I know who they play.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, but isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Both won Tonys.
That's
Tony
so cool.
award-winning couple. Look at that. He was 6'5".
He looks super tall. But then I was just
Diane
like,
is short.
I was like, is she just small or like what's going on?
But 6'5".
That's wow.
That's about how tall Troy's youngest brother is.
He's about 6'5". Damn.
Yeah, you should see him when he takes pictures of my family.
My son's 6'4"
Is he?
now. Yeah. He passed up my husband.
Woo.
Yeah. He's super tall.
No wonder your two youngest are so tall.
Mm-hmm. Erin didn't used to be.
I know.
She was a peanut till like maybe 8 or 9 months
I saw her
ago.
the other day and I was like, what?
Yeah, she got real tall.
Real tall. Anyway, moving on to Kiefer Sutherland, who played David. Like I said, he was 20 at the time. Y'all know him and his family. He was in Stand By Me, 86, Young Guns and Young Guns 2. Do you remember
Yeah.
Lou Diamond Phillips?
Yes.
He was in Flatliners. Such a good movie. Have you ever seen Flatliners?
I've never seen that one.
I think that's Julia Roberts is in that. And I think that's when they were dating.
Okay.
It's you need to watch it. You would like it. He was in A Few Good Men. He was in the Twin Peaks movie Fire Walk With Me, which one day we're going to rewatch Twin Peaks and then we'll watch the movie. He was in Three Musketeers in 93 with Chris, what's his face? Chris O'Donnell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Chris, what's his face? He was in Eye for an Eye where he played the bad guy in 96. He was in Freeway with Reese Witherspoon. He also was in A Time to Kill in 96. And then, of course, a lot of people know him from being on the TV show 24. We already said his famous actor dad is Donald Sutherland. And they look so much alike to me.
So much.
So he actually had the fewest lines amongst all the leading and supporting cast members.
Really?
Yes. At the same time, though, he had the most dialogue amongst the 4 vampire like Lost Boys.
Got it.
Because they don't do a lot of saying anything. Just gets to look creepy.
Right. And he's kind of the voice of them, I guess. But yeah. Wow.
So this was a fun thing I found out, and I would totally do something like this. Let's see if you would.
Oh, God.
So when he was filming 24, and I don't know how many seasons that show went on, but it was a lot. His character was getting a new tattoo in season 3. Okay. And it was a big one. And he opted to just get it in real life so he could avoid tedious makeup chair time. Seriously.
He's like, I'll sit still for a couple hours one time.
You know what? I'm just going to go get this done.
That is amazing.
And I've never watched that show, so I have no idea what it is or nothing. But if y'all are 24 fans, then you'll know
Tell
what I'm
us,
talking about.
Yeah.
And I already told you. Oh gosh, I forgot an important fact about the tea I spilled about him and Jason Patrick and Julia.
What?
So him and Jason Patrick were like besties, and then he ran off with Julia Roberts to Europe. But it was 3 days before they were supposed to get married, her and Kiefer.
Stop it.
In 1991.
Wow.
So it wasn't too long after the filming of this movie.
I never knew about any of that. I mean, maybe I did then.
Well,
I just forgot. Wow. And then, so obviously her and Kiefer Sutherland didn't get married. Did her and Jason Patrick stay together?
They dated a while, but I don't think they got married.
Then that fell apart. Okay. Wow. That's some tea right
there. But y'all
know
we get shit wrong all the time.
So, yeah, maybe they're still married. No, I know they're not. I know they're not, but like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then we're moving on to Troy's favorite character of this movie is Jamie Gertz, who played Star. I mean, he made a good point. He's like, she just looks the part so well.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, he's like, she's yeah. And I mean, I agree with her. She was 21 when they filmed.
Okay.
So you would know her from not a lot of movies. You probably know her from TV. She was in the movie Endless Love in 81, and she had appearances on so many TV shows in the 80s and 90s. And I'm just going to tell you, she was on the show Square Pegs, Facts of Life, Family Ties, and Different Strokes.
Wow.
So if you were watching TV in the 80s, you saw Jamie Gertz somewhere. She was also in 16 Candles in 84. She was in a movie called Sibling Rivalry in 1990, Jersey Girl in 92, and she was in Twister in 96. And you also probably saw her in some 90s shows like Seinfeld, Dream On, and ER.
Yeah. I remember her from Seinfeld and ER for sure.
So, and you know, but listen to this. She is one of the wealthiest women in America, not for her acting, but her and her husband own the NBA team, the Atlanta Hawks.
Okay.
And they are partial owners of the Milwaukee Brewers baseball team. I cannot say that word. Troy makes fun of me all the time.
What is her like husband?
I don't know.
Do?
Troy was like, so did she just like marry some rich investor? I'm like, I guess.
Yeah, maybe.
But her name's on it too. It's not just him.
Right. Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's really crazy.
Yeah. So her film debut was the same film debut as Tom Cruise in the movie Endless Love in 81. Never seen it. We talked about his debut when we did Legend.
Yeah.
So she actually was considered for the role of Rachel on Friends.
Okay.
And I'm like, I could see that.
I could too.
Yeah.
And
totally she's funny.
Could.
I mean, she's not funny in this movie.
No, not in this movie.
But she's funny.
Yeah, she is funny. I could see it.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, so that's her little fun tidbit. So now we're at the other Corey Feldman. Okay. Now, Corey Feldman is kind of like this enigma to me because I remember when I was a kid, I couldn't figure out if I thought he was attractive or not. You know?
Yes.
He has such a unique look and voice.
Can we talk about his voice in this movie, though? Like, what was up with his voice?
Okay, so here's what the deal was.
Yeah.
The director wanted him to get inspiration from, like, action movies, like Rambo and stuff like that. So that was, like, his goal. So if you listen to how he's talking, it's because he's trying to sound like Rambo.
That threw me off a little.
Yeah.
Because I'm used to his
But look, he
voice.
understood the assignment. He said, okay, I'm going to go be Rambo.
And like you said, it's campy in a lot of ways. Yeah. And that was one of the campy things. Because there were a couple times that I was like, why is he talking like that? But like, it's fine.
Yeah.
No big deal.
He was 16 when they filmed, not too much older than Corey Haim. We already talked a lot about him already when we did Goonies. So I won't spend too much time. I'll just tell you some things that I didn't know from last time. So here's a brief recap of just some of the movies he was in the 80s and 90s. He was in Gremlins in 84. He was in Goonies, of course, in 85. Stand By Me in 86. License to Drive. The Burbs. Dream a Little Dream. And then, of course, we know he was a voice of a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle in a couple of those movies in the 90s. But also I found out he was the voice of young Copper in Disney's Fox and the Hound.
Oh, I did not know
when
that.
He was young. Yes.
Aww.
I love that movie.
That one's a good one.
Oh, but God, the heartstrings.
I know. I don't think I could watch it now.
I love that song. When You're the Best of Friends. Know that song?
Yes.
Oh, cute. Okay, anyway. So he's in a band and he's toured North America twice with that band called The Truth Movement. And he's toured more than 15 times as a solo artist. So go ahead, Corey Feldman.
Okay.
He's had 10 full albums released and 7 soundtracks.
And he's not the sunglasses at night guy.
No, he's
That's
not.
Somebody else. But he is a musician.
He does sing, yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I did find this like kind of not good thing. So he actually self-produced a documentary about alleged abuse that him and Corey Haim experienced in their Hollywood childhoods, teenage life. It's called My Truth, The Rape of Two Coreys.
Ooh.
It's about sexual abuse. And he talks about, I watched a trailer and then I had to stop because I don't like true crime. I have a hard time with kid abuse stuff. Although everybody deserves to have their story heard. And if that's how you need to get your story heard, so you want to raise awareness that way, then you are absolutely empowered to do that, right? But he talks about the sexual abuse from several men in the entertainment industry that him and the other Corey unfortunately experienced. One of which was accusing Charlie Sheen of raping Corey Haim on the set of Lucas. Charlie Sheen was 19 at the time and Corey Haim was 13.
Oof.
There was lots of controversy after that happened because Charlie Sheen vehemently denies it. And I think he had some legal action against Corey Feldman. And the only people who know what really happened,
right,
are, well, Corey Haim has passed away. A lot of people did not like that Corey Feldman made this documentary after Corey Haim had passed away. They felt like it was exploiting him without his permission.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
So, and some of Corey Haim's family didn't like it either. So it was just it was a whole lot of icky vibes.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I felt like, that probably needed a mention. And it didn't come up when we talked about him last time.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving on to his on-screen brother, Jameson Newlander, who played Alan Frog. By the way, I forgot to say who Corey Feldman played. He played Edgar Frog. So fun fact, they're named Edgar and Allan. That was a toss-up to Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh, I just noticed that now that I see it written down. Okay.
He wasn't in that much. He was in a remake of The Blob in 1988.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was kind of it. Although he did reprise his role as Alan Frog in Lost Boys: The Thirst, another straight-to-video that came out in 2010.
Okay.
Alongside Corey Feldman. And y'all, I thought the trailer for the sequel was bad. This one was so bad.
Oh my gosh.
It looked awful. Anyway, so here's something interesting about his backstory. He has a condition called osteochondritis of the epiphyseus of the femur. Okay, that's the medical term. Inspired by doctors that he was around all the time when he was young, he decided he wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon.
Wow.
That was his original childhood dream. But his mother said he should do commercials to get money for medical school. But ironically, he was like, actually, I like this better.
Right.
So he went to college for acting.
That is
of
so
orthopedic
cool.
surgery, which is kind of fun because you just never know where your passion's going to pop up.
Totally.
I mean, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a paleontologist, a dentist for a while, which is so weird because I hate the dentist. I mean, you have all these dreams until you do something else, and then you're like, oh.
You're like, this is actually really fun.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a vet.
Oh,
for the longest.
Still do.
For years. I still do. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, because I was thinking about Nanook from the movie. I was like, man, if I could just like have, and then I'm like, well, maybe one day I'll live out in the country and maybe I can have an animal rescue. And like, I'm literally just like thinking about all this stuff as I'm going through my day. I'm like, okay, I need to calm down. I need to calm down.
Brant would be like, I'm going to live with my parents.
Exactly.
So anyway, he actually ended up getting a BFA in acting from NYU, and he became an award-winning playwright in 1996 with his play, Remember This.
Very cool.
So look at him. Look at him.
I love that.
And the only other minor character, I'm not going to go into like all the Lost Boys.
Yeah, that's
the only one I'm going to mention is Alex Winter, who y'all know from Bill and Ted.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, the fun fact I saw about him, he's the voice of Hefty Smurf in the brand new Smurfs movie.
Hefty Smurf.
Yeah. All right. So
he seemed really young in this one.
I didn't write down his age.
I couldn't tell.
Reason.
Like of the Lost Boys, he seemed the youngest.
Okay,
to me.
So now I've got random facts just about the movie in general. Okay. And guys, hours. I just could not stop looking for stuff. So the original screenplay. Okay, so I was thinking whenever I saw it, and I was like, "Oh, Lucy and Dracula," and then I saw them. Y'all, I've seen this movie a bajillion times. Mm-hmm. When the vampires are walking into the cave, I was like, oh my God. I said, is this like a Peter Pan, like throwback? Like not throwback, but like connection? Because it's called The Lost Boys.
Right.
And like they're trying to, Max is trying to find like a mother. Mm-hmm. And then like they're like in the cave. And I was like, I've never put that together. Well, guess what? I was right. The original screenplay was written by Jan Fisher and James Jeremias. And originally it was about younger preteen age. Okay. And it was supposed to be like a Goonie type movie, like 5th, 6th grade kid vampires.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. And the Frog Brothers were supposed to be like chubby 8-year-old Cub Scouts.
Oh my God. I know. That's actually kind of cute.
And Star was supposed to be a boy instead of a love interest. Okay. So keep that in mind. The original inspiration came from James, who he was thinking about Peter Pan, and he's like, okay, well, Peter Pan can fly. He visited like kids at night, and he never grew old. So he was like, Peter Pan was a vampire. What if I wrote like it was like Peter Pan, but vampire Peter Pan, right? So I was totally right. I was so excited. In the first draft of the script, the character of David was originally named Peter, and other characters also had some names from Peter Pan. But in the final draft, many of the name changes were made. But originally, the two brothers were Michael and John.
Aha.
But then they changed it to Sam. and the mother's name was Wendy instead of Lucy.
Okay.
Okay. The most obvious nod to the Pan story is the dog, Nanook.
Yay, Nanook.
Yes. Inspired by the character Nana.
Oh, cute.
Okay. And the grandfather character was never part of the OG story. He was later created by Jeffrey Boehm, who was hired to do the final rewrite. Now, Joel Schumacher told the producers he would only do this movie if he could change them to teenagers because he thought it would be sexier and more interesting. And he was right.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a whole different movie.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, if you have like 8-year-old Cub Scouts.
But that was like his vision. He was like, no, I'm only doing this if we can.
Teen/young adults.
Yeah. If we can change this. All right. So that's fun little backstory there. So the movie was actually filmed in Santa Cruz, California.
Okay.
Santa Clara is a fictional name.
Santa Clara is real. Santa Carla. That's why I thought it was funny. In the movie, they call it Santa Carla.
No, it's Santa Clara.
They called it Santa Carla because I looked. Okay, I'm going to look it up.
Look it up.
Go on.
Because I think I just typed it wrong. But let's check.
Santa Clara is a real place.
Is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so she's going to look that up.
I'm going to look it up. But
it was based on Santa Cruz. That's what they wanted to base it on. Makes sense. And you're going to like this, even though I hate it. I almost didn't put it, but it's true crime. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
So Santa Cruz in real life was once plagued with the reputation of being the murder capital of the world, which they say in the movie.
They do.
Right? And it was because of a series of really brutal murders by 3 different killers in the early 70s. John Lindley Frazier, Herbert Mullen, and Ed Kemper.
Oof.
Santa Cruz had 28 murders over a 30-month period between 1970 and 73.
I'll tell you what, just from listening to like true crime, California, particularly like Southern California and coastal California, had it bad with the serial killers in like the 60s and 70s.
Maybe they were vampires.
Bad. Okay, so Santa Clara is a real place. Santa Carla was made up for the movie.
I typed it totally wrong.
Yes.
All right. But it was based on Santa Cruz. So the town in the movie is fictional. There was something I meant to look up, and I'm going to have it on reference for later. Okay. So moving on with trivia, I'm typing in something on my phone because I have to remember to say this when we're all done.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well, okay. I can't find it. It's fine. All right. Moving on. So next bit of trivia. So every year at the real life Santa Cruz Boardwalk, they screen the movie as part of their like free summer movie series.
Cute.
I know. So beachgoers like bring their little outdoor furniture, just like they did on Dawson's Creek when we watched it. They watch it after sunset, and many features of the town can still kind of be recognized, like the rides and the games and stuff. It's kind of like timeless.
That's fun.
There was an earthquake in 1989 that was really bad, and it unfortunately destroyed lots of landmarks from the film. Oh. So the original comic book shop and the big giant stage where the band plays, those were both totally wiped out.
That's wild because in the storyline of the movie, they talk about an earthquake and the hotel falling into the...
Yep. And then 2 years later, they had a really bad earthquake.
Wow.
Yeah. This was a fun little tidbit that I thought was fun. So did you notice that the blood was kind of shiny?
Yeah.
There was glitter in the fake blood to make it extra shiny.
I love it.
I know. I was like, glitter blood?
Glitter blood.
Glitter blood. Maybe that is one of the reasons why I love this movie. Another fun thing I saw, like Joel Schumacher had this like total vision for this movie, like I said. And somebody asked him in an interview years ago, like why he did the film. And he said, vampires are hot. They're the only erotic monsters. Frankenstein is not hot.
I mean,
and he is so right.
Yeah.
They are the only ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, there's not.
Like, yeah.
Mummy? No. Wolfman?
None. No.
Swamp
Thing?
Vampires? No way. Yeah. Vampires? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so let's just pause there for a second and talk about we do have you on record saying that you're not a vampire person, remember?
Yeah. I'm not. I
you said, I can't remember how you said it. Well,
we'll have to look.
I know we're gonna have to look it up because Katie was on record saying vampires are fine, but I'm just not that into them. And then you're like, don't come at me, all you vampires.
I said no offense to vampires. Yeah. That's what I said. Because I thought all the vampires were going to come for me. I mean, I'm still not like the particularly campy parts where like their faces changed and the fire was going.
And they bit into the head. That was the best.
I was like, yeah. But I mean, like we went and saw Dracula live and same thing. Like it's just a specific
but like
kind
the
of
idea
art.
of a vampire, do you like that?
Not really. I have to think about it. How do I feel when
Troy
I
and
think
I were
about
sitting
it?
there and like we were getting ready to watch this, and he was like the credit, like the opening credits are playing, and he's like, "Man, I love me a vampire movie." I said, "Me too." Like, because we just finished watching the most recent Nosferatu.
Okay.
Oh, it's fucking good. You need to watch it. I know you're not into vampires, but it's a beautifully made horror movie.
Okay.
And you'll see what I mean when you watch it. Johnny Depp's daughter is the lead.
Oh, nice.
Female. Anyway, it's so good. But I was like, man, me too. Like that whole vampire like lore of like it being sexy and hot. Done. I'm in.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I really liked this movie, but it didn't make me like, oh, vampires are cool. Or let me watch some more vampire. Because I've seen plenty of vampire content that I don't like.
But do you like the Anne Rice vampire world, like Interview with the Vampire?
It's fine.
See,
it's been a long time since I've seen that one, though. I bet I would enjoy it more now.
I think you would too.
Yeah.
Well, now we need. Well,
now we
that's
gotta find out.
Now we gotta find out. Okay. Anyway, so moving on. Speaking of opening credits, the opening theme song, "Cry Little Sister."
Yes.
Jared McMahon wrote that song for this movie.
Okay.
And it is still a huge hit to this day.
And they played it several times throughout the movie.
Yeah. And he wrote it after he read the script, but he didn't see the film yet.
Okay.
So he read the script, then wrote the song.
Cool.
And like, as soon as you as soon as Troy and I heard the voices, "Thou shalt not kill," whatever the little kids' voices, we're like, yes. Right.
Yeah, it was really good.
Love that song. Okay, so now let's talk about the oiled up saxophone player.
Let's do it.
His name is Timmy Capello.
Okay.
I mean, that just seems right.
It does.
Okay. He made a name for himself first by playing in the touring band of Tina Turner.
Okay.
During her big old comeback tours of the mid 80s.
Yeah.
Okay. So he was in her band, probably looking hot.
Yeah.
And 2 years before he did this film, he was also in her video, One of the Living, one of the 2 songs she recorded for the movie Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Which you can, if you look at him, you're like, oh yeah. I'm not really sure who saw him to get him up in this, but he still goes to Comic-Cons and stuff
because of the movie.
Movie? And he still gets oiled up and plays the saxophone.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it was Ben who told me he met him or something.
You should go off, Timmy. You should
go off, Timmy.
Yeah,
listen. And who knows how old he is by now?
Yeah, because I mean, he wasn't as young as the Lost Boys in that movie.
No,
he was older.
I know. Anyway,
yeah, he was really cute.
So let's talk about that boardwalk scene.
Mm-hmm.
Those are actual, real local residents. You know, in the beginning when people are strange. So several thousand local residents answered the casting call, and they asked for family types, street people, punks, surfers, roller skaters, and one brain dead hippie.
Just one.
Yeah.
And how did they decide who got to be that brain dead hippie?
I don't know, but they signed on 2,000 people.
That's cool.
And they were the extras in the movie.
And
they just came as themselves.
I love that.
My favorite is the girl that kisses the rat. Do you remember?
Oh, yes. That was really good.
Filming of the movie lasted 21 days. That was it.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. And fun fact, in Max's video store, you can see a single copy of the Goonies on the shelf. Yeah, I did not organize my thoughts at all, guys. So we're just hopping around.
Doesn't matter. This is fun.
Okay, so the comic shop was a real comic shop. All right. So when the Corey Haim Sam goes back to the comic shop the second time to go talk to the Frog Brothers, there's 2 men in there playing pinball. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the owner of the store.
Of the real store.
Uh-huh.
Aww.
His name is Joe Ferreira II. The comic shop was called Atlantis Fantasy World. It's not in that location anymore, but it is still open and it's still owned by him.
Cool.
He still has the original #1 issue of Vampires Everywhere, which was created just for this movie.
I was going to say that's not real, right?
But no. He but
he has the one they were holding in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and the comic its opening page was signed by all the cast members, and you can go take a picture with it and all that.
That is so cool.
I know. Road trip.
I love that.
Road trip. We need to do that. And I was right. The film is titled after the companions of Jay and Barry's Peter Pan, who remain forever young.
Yeah. And now that you say that, I mean, they mentioned that a few times. I guess maybe because I'm not into vampires, guys. But is being young forever a vampire thing?
Oh my God. Yeah, they're immortal.
Okay. But not just immortal, they are young immortal.
Well, no, you are the age. Okay, so this is funny. So Troy was asking me all these vampire questions, right?
Yeah.
Because he's also right now reading Salem's Lot by Stephen King, which is also about vampires. Okay. So we're like in this whole vampire. So you stay the age that you were when you were transformed.
Got it.
Whether or not you're young. That's why Max is his age, because whatever age he was transformed. Which is why in Interview with the Vampire, the little girl, Claudia, she stays little.
Well, so let's talk about, first of all, why was he called Laddie, the little boy?
Just his name. It was,
why?
I don't know.
That's a terrible name. And I should have went back because there's that moment where he's on the milk carton.
Yeah.
And I was going to see if it actually said Laddie. It did?
And it had that actor's real life birthday on there.
Oh, yeah. Cute. But so then in this movie, Laddie is a vampire.
Well, he's only half because you're not fully turned until you make your first kill.
Got it.
Right?
So in theory, he never became a vampire then.
Right. Which is why when Max dies, him and Star transition back to being human. But if they had already passed the line, and Michael, if they had already crossed the line and made their first kill, then
it's over.
Then it's done.
They're
still fucking stuck. Okay. But Troy asked me about vampire. He was like, well, here's what I'm not understanding. He was like so confused reading Salem's Lot. And he was like, all right, so vampires like suck the blood out of people and they die. And he said, so how do people become vampires then?
Like, how did the original
the answer?
Vampire?
Like, how do you? And I said, okay, well, because they had to, in order to become a vampire, you have to drink a vampire's blood.
Okay.
So what happens in a lot of movies that you see is that they'll start to kill someone, right? They'll start to drink their blood, but then they'll let them drink their blood, and then they become a vampire.
Okay. And like in this one, he was drinking David's blood from like a wine bottle.
Yes.
And is that what Laddie did too?
Well, I don't know. They never really say their backstory.
Right.
So I don't know.
And Laddie and Star aren't like related or anything. They were both just like taken by the vampires.
They were halvesies.
Okay.
They were halfsies.
That's what I thought, because it kind of presented it at first that it could be like her brother or her kid even.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But then as it goes on and then you see the face on the milk carton and all that stuff, then you're like, okay, no, I think this is just they're both there, but like not related. Okay.
And so this I thought was super interesting. And I don't know if we'll ever know what the meaning of this was. So I don't know if you noticed in Sam's room, on his he has a big poster of Molly Ringwald.
Yes.
He also has one of Rob Lowe, looking very sexy. On his closet.
I think I missed that.
Okay. He's in that poster has sparked conversation among people, because some people say that Joel Schumacher was trying to make a statement, because Joel Schumacher is an openly gay man.
Okay.
This was the 80s. So, they kind of think he was making like a subtext statement about Sam's sexuality, because the poster is on the closet, kind of to symbolize being in the closet at the time. Okay. And also they were like, these are kind of stupid tropes, but if you're trying to have a subtext, you would do things that would be a visual. Like he has an earring and a different ear than Michael. Okay. Yeah. He has his bicycle's pink.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Which is not a big deal, but like little subtle things.
Yeah.
And then he was the most fashion conscious out of all the people.
Yeah, I noticed that. Like right now I can think of his fashions and I can't really think of anyone else's.
So those are all like 80s tropes of But if you're a gay man and you're like, you don't know if you can safely say like, you want one of your characters to be.
Yeah. And also like Sam's sexuality had nothing to do with anything in the plot.
Right. Oh yeah.
So like there's no way like to really say it other ways, other than it's just maybe an identity,
just
maybe
like
some identity markers.
Yeah. So I thought that
whereas like Michael's sexuality did have to do with his story. Yeah.
Which it was funny because I had never noticed the Rob Lowe poster until I was watching it. And Troy was like, oh, that's an interesting choice. Because he looks like he's like in a tank top and like shorts or something. I think
like a thirst trap.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe.
Yeah. It was like an 80s 30, which is nice.
Super nice.
That man aged well, y'all. He aged well. Anyway. So one of the most memorable scenes in the movie is where they're hanging off the bridge, right? That actually was filmed outside of Santa Cruz. It was about 5 hours away, okay, on a real bridge. It's called the Iron Horse Trailhead Trestle Bridge. So if you want to go there, you can. It's located off of Interstate 5 on the Magic Mountain Parkway.
Ooh, I love that.
40 miles north of LA. And the bridge now has like a pedestrian walkway.
Okay.
So you can go across it instead of hanging under it.
So I was watching that part at the gym. I was walking on the treadmill.
Wait, hold on. You didn't watch this movie uninterrupted like we're supposed to be doing?
No, I mean, I couldn't. I just didn't have time.
Katie?
Sorry.
Katie, we're going to start making memes about you that say, your life is too crazy if you don't have, like, and it's going to be like this. It's going to have a picture of Katie and it's going to say, your life is too crazy if, and then at the bottom, we'll put something from your life. Like, here's our first one.
Here's our first one.
You don't have uninterrupted 90 minutes in your whole week. Another one is you wake up at 4 a.m. every day. Another one is you forget to eat lunch sometimes or dinner or breakfast
or a whole day. No, now it doesn't excuse all the other times, but I was out of town for like 6 days last week.
You should have got Brant to watch this.
We probably could have watched it in our hotel room.
Ooh, but they were busy.
We didn't have a smart TV. So we would have had to figure out how to like stream it and
like we watched it.
Yeah, which we could have done.
We watched on my laptop all cuddled up in the bed.
Yeah, just like watching this little screen. But so yes, I watched it interrupted, but I was at the gym. I had my AirPods in and I just had it on my little phone and I was walking on the treadmill. And the part in the bridge, like where it's like faces down, I almost tripped on the treadmill because I was like, at an incline and like it scared me. I was like, I'm like grabbing the treadmill so I don't go flying off.
Yeah. People are like, what's she watching?
Yeah. Honestly.
The Lost Boys.
The Lost Boys. That's what I'm watching. And then I watched the rest of it when I was treading water in my pool.
You guys, see, we're going to make memes for Katie.
I had it like your life against a chair and I'm just out here doing my froggy arms for because I needed to do a half hour. So I'm like, I have 31 minutes left. But some of it was the credits. So the last like 3 minutes, I'm like,
watching the credits.
But I watched the credits and I saw like the permissions for the Molly Ringwald poster and the Rob Lowe and the real names of the dogs, which were super cute. It was like Corbett and John or something like that. But yeah, so I almost took a spill with that very dramatic scene.
You know what? Listen. We're going to make some memes about Katie until she gets her life calmed down a little bit.
Send us your memes.
Send us your memes that your life might be too crazy if with Katie's face. All right.
With my face. Only a good picture of my face.
You did well this summer with watching.
And we have more for spooky season and I'll make it happen. I'm also on my deadline for my book.
I know. You're almost
there. So every single non-exercise moment, I am like literally in it.
Yeah. But she did watch it, so good for you.
Fighting for my life out here for this book.
I know. It's okay. You're going to get through it.
I know.
All right, so back to vampires. So like I said, Joel Schumacher wanted this to be sexy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this was kind of like the first vampire movie where the makeup was more streamlined and kind of like he wanted them to look like kind of stylized and attractive and not just like monster-like.
Sure.
Which I think worked.
Yeah, and I mean, I felt like it kind of gave into the goth aesthetic of the time.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, when they transformed into the vampire, it was a little more dramatic.
Yeah.
But like their normal makeup was pretty like you could see that being a fashion statement.
And the vampire makeup they used in this movie inspired the creator of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the TV series. And if you ever watch that, go look at Spike. Him and David look kind of similar.
Now that you say that, yeah.
All right. So, okay. Speaking of vampires, this is hilarious, and I could never see this, but Jim Carrey was considered for the role of David.
Stop.
Because he was in that movie Once Bitten in I wrote it down, 1985. And you can actually see a movie poster for that movie the second that Lucy walks into the video store for the first time.
Oh,
I saw it in the background. I was like, oh, that's ironic. It was intentional. Okay, so you ready for some dog trivia?
I've been waiting.
It's not that much.
Let's go.
It's just one little bit. So Sam's dog Nanook is an Alaskan Malamute.
Okay,
is that
Alaskan
right?
Malamute.
That's what
I think it's just Malamute, not Malamute.
It's spelled Malamute.
Malamute.
But maybe that's not. Maybe you don't pronounce that. I don't know.
But I know what you mean.
There's a reason why he's that kind of dog.
Okay,
because they are known for the peak at the top of their head. And it's supposed to resemble
widow's peak,
the classic Dracula hairstyle that Bela Lugosi made famous.
I actually wondered why they had that kind of dog.
That's why.
Because I'm like, you're moving from Phoenix to California. Why do you have an Alaskan dog?
There you go.
I love them. They're beautiful, but I was a little confused. But that makes sense
there you
now.
go. It's a Dracula dog.
Love it.
Okay. So one of my favorite things about this movie is the ending scene.
Okay.
How Grandpa, the very end,
goes to the
he's
fridge.
Like, it's like everybody's watching him and she's like, Dad, are you okay? And he's like, I'm going to mess this up. This is what I was trying to look up on my phone, so I didn't say it wrong. But he says something along the lines of, the one thing I always hated about living here was all the damn vampires.
Yeah, that's basically what he says. Yeah.
I'm missing some words there. So that it actually, that was not the OG ending.
Oh.
Okay, the OG ending, after that scene, it cuts to some of the surviving Lost Boys kind of regrouping in in the hotel, the sunken hotel. And the last shot was a mural on the wall that was made like in the early 1900s. And the person in the mural is Max. I mean, in 1900s clothing, but you can tell it's still him.
Why did they not use that ending?
I don't know. They said this all appeared. They never filmed it. It was just in an early draft of the script.
Got it.
I don't know. I think they just didn't. They just decided not to.
We're done. Everybody's dead.
And speaking of Buffy, The Lost Boys is the first piece of media to use the term "vamp out" for when a vampire shows themselves.
Yeah, vamp out. Okay.
It later became super popular on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which makes sense if you know that the creators were inspired by this movie.
Totally.
Right? Vamp out.
Totally.
And I remember Sam yelling that. He's about to vamp out.
Well, I had this moment at the very end. I'm glad you brought that up, where I remember when they the grandpa's walking to the fridge. And I remember when they first got there, how he said, "Don't take anything off my shelf. This is Grandpa's shelf."
Yes.
So I have like these 3 seconds when he's walking to the fridge, and I'm like, oh my God, is he a vampire?
Oh yeah.
Like, is he going to get like blood from that shelf? Which is maybe what they like kind of wanted you to. And then he's like drinking a root beer, and he's like, all the damn vampires. And then it's like a silhouette of the family, and it's over.
I feel like that is a perfect ending.
I thought it was great.
To a campy ass movie. I think it's perfect. Okay, so a scene that I hated as a kid, and I still hate it now, is the rice and the maggots.
Oh God, I forgot about that.
And Poltergeist has maggots in it too, right?
Yeah.
So this was an interesting scientific fact. Are you ready for this one?
I think so. I love science.
So maggots don't actually move without any motivation. So you know, like worms wiggle all the time. Maggots only move when they're like being maggots, right? Eating nasty dead shit. So this is so gross. Someone who was on the crew, and I bless them, whoever's job this was, they had to squeeze lemon juice before each take to get those maggots to move in the container.
That was definitely quite a visual. That and the snakes.
Worms.
Yeah. Oh, they were worms. You're right. But they're big worms.
Oh, yeah. They were like earthworms.
Yeah. They're big.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gross.
Yeah.
That scene was gross.
I know. Maggots are just fucking nasty. I hate nasty. Them. Not like anybody's like, I love maggots.
Right. Well, you never know.
They're so nasty. Okay, so Joel Schumacher actually tried throughout the 90s to get his vision for a sequel about the lost girls out there, but nobody ever did it. And it wasn't like, it wasn't really a sequel. It was kind of like what do you call that when it's?
Reimagining?
No. It's like a
prequel?
No, what
a
is
reboot?
That? Hold on, not like a side story. What is that word?
Spinoff.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
spinoff. I'm like, no, just go through every other word.
Say every word you know, and eventually we will find it.
Okay, another. Oh, your computer died on me.
It did.
What do I do now?
Okay, I can.
Okay.
Oh Oh my gosh. What happened?
I don't know.
She does that when she's not plugged in, but I think she's plugged in. She's been going this whole time.
I know.
Well, see, but this is what happened to us when we were recording, so I guess this is even more reason why
we're not doing that anymore.
The light is on as if it's on, and it's not hot.
Well, I can look at my phone for the rest because my chart was the hardest thing, and I only have a few more things.
Okay, let's do that, and then we'll figure it out for the next for Dawson's.
Right. Oh, I didn't even. I told you I had so much shit on this. Hold on.
I love it though.
And then I have notes, but I'll look at it. But I think I talked about it, most of them.
Most of them you've gotten to.
Yeah, most of them I mentioned already. Okay. Give me a second on my giant font. Where was I? What did I say? Lost Girls. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I only have one more thing.
Okay.
All right.
Let me just answer this. All right. Let's go. Okay.
So speaking of special effects.
All
right. And makeup and all the things. You know the scene where Sam and the Frog Brothers go into the sunken hotel to like kill the vampires, and it's daytime, they're sleeping. And the scene where David is like trying to grab Sam and the sunlight he burns his hand and you see a single tear.
Yes.
Okay. So that tear was real because the contacts that they had to wear in their eyes, given the vampire eyes, were super irritating. Oof. And his eyes would water up like crazy, but they kept it in because they were like, actually, that's kind of a cool effect.
That was really cool.
Yeah. So it was not planned.
It was memorable.
It was not planned. It was a real tear because his eyes fucking hurt.
Oh, I feel that.
I do too.
The slightest bit of discomfort with my contacts, forget it.
They're coming out.
They're gone.
They're coming out. So that's all my trivia, which was a lot.
That was a lot. I loved it.
And then I'm trying to see, I had notes.
Okay. Hold. I'm trying to think what else I had on, and I've kind of just commented as we go.
Do you want to know something I wrote?
Tell me right now.
I put guy with a saxophone. Let's go.
Guy with a saxophone. Timmy. Our favorite saxophone player.
Was it Timmy or Tommy?
It was Timmy.
It was Timmy. Okay.
Because I remember thinking.
Timmy Capello.
Yeah. Timmy Capello.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So this was something I wanted us to talk about. So back in the 80s, the Coreys, everybody had one that they loved.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick a Corey, which Corey would you
Neither.
pick?
I don't like either of them.
You have to pick one.
No, I don't like them.
I mean, guys, all right. She don't like vampires. She don't like the Coreys, and she grew up in the 80s.
I did like this movie, and I liked both Coreys in it, and I liked all the vampires, and I liked the hot saxophone player. But I've never really enjoyed any of the Coreys. Who would you pick?
Well, I went back and forth between the two.
Okay.
Because remember, I told you I was confused. I couldn't figure out if I was attracted to Corey Feldman or not.
Right.
I couldn't figure it out. But see, Corey Haim has blue eyes, and I love me a blue eye.
That's fair.
I do, because I don't have them.
Right. Of course.
So I love me a blue eye. I think
they're both too small build for me, too.
Like, well, I never were teenagers. Like, I don't mean, like, I don't mean this teenagers today. No. I mean when you were young.
I know, but even then.
No. Whatever. Okay.
No.
All right. What else did I put? Oh my God. I already talked about a lot. Okay. Let's talk about that campfire scene.
Okay.
That part where he bites into the fucker's head and the blood squirts everywhere freaked me out so bad when I was a kid. Like, I would close my eyes. Like, I know it was coming because I loved this movie, but I hated that part.
You didn't want to watch
that because he just hurt into that bald head.
Woo, yeah. Ooh. Or when the people are in the car and you hear it coming and they peel the lid off
and then they snatch them up.
Oh, so scary.
I did laugh when they're killing the vampires at the end, and the one of them dies when the stereo comes on, and Sam goes, "Death by stereo."
Yes, death by stereo. I loved that. I loved that.
It was so good. And then I just put like best last line of a movie ever.
Oh yeah, the damn vampires. I really liked the part in the beginning when they're on the boardwalk and Michael. Oh, maybe it was later, but when he meets Star and she says her name, and he's like, "Let me guess, you had hippie parents." And what did he say? He was almost named.
I don't remember.
I forget what it was, but then they named him Michael instead or whatever, and it was just really funny.
Yeah,
I thought that was cute because that is kind of the time.
Oh yeah,
like
for sure.
We grew up with kids. And even now, like sometimes there's names that are very nature based or astronomy based, which is cool. But I just thought that was a funny line, like an acknowledgement, especially back then, because a name like that would have really stood out. Now it's like people are named everything and who cares? But like it would have stood out next to like a Michael.
Well, the 80s were such a time of like the same fucking names happening over
100%.
Jennifer, Michael, what's some more?
Sarah,
Tiffany,
Katie
was
Caitlin, Kate,
yeah.
all the versions, all of them. Danielle, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Lots of Stephanies. And I feel like male names just, they kind of, some of them just always stick, like the Michaels and the Johns.
Like the white boy names. That's what they are.
Nick and all that stuff.
Brad. I remember lots of Brads in the 80s.
Lots of Brads. Timmy's, Tommy's, all the above.
I'm just going to tell you every name.
Let's just list every name.
Okay, so you did like this movie. What are your stars?
I would say 4.5.
What's a half off for?
That's a really good question because they're vampires.
She's like, I don't give anything a 5.
Yeah, because
have you given anything a 5? I don't know if you have.
I don't think so.
Dang.
Maybe the V.C. Andrews book. I think I gave that a 5.
Flowers in the Attic?
Yeah, I think so. It might have just been a 4.
I don't think you've done a 5 for anything.
Have you?
Yes. For what? This right now.
Oh, okay.
And also, what is the other movie we watched that you hated that was a fan? Goonies. I said 5.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you did say 5 for that one.
Probably lots.
Yeah, there was one I hated. Oh, Porky's. I hated.
You shamed me into taking my rating down. Remember that?
You were like, I'd say it's like a 4. And then I'm like, you just said all this stuff and you still gave it a 4. You're like, no. 9.
You're like,
You're changing it.
You know what, though? This literally is one of my top favorite movies.
Yeah.
I love it
really
so
good.
much.
It's really
good. It's just so good.
I think what makes me maybe not give it a 5 is that I don't anticipate watching it again. I really liked it and enjoyed it, but like I'm not like, if someone was like, hey, do you want to watch Lost Boys? I'd probably be like, no.
I feel like you say that about every movie I pick.
I watched it once and that was enough.
I feel like every time I pick one, she's like, and I'm glad I watched it, but that's all.
I said that about Legend too.
About every movie I picked.
And what was the one with David Bowie?
Oh my God,
Labyrinth. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that one again.
Guys,
it's okay though.
It's fine. That's why we're two different people and have a good podcast. Oh, my sister said she was listening to I don't know what episode she was listening to, and she was like, Danny, you remember a lot of stuff about movies way more than I do. Way more than I do. And I'm like, well, that's because I loved movies. Like, I mean, I still do, but when I have always really loved them. And my sister likes them, but she's not like a big movie goer.
Sure.
Like I was.
That makes a huge difference.
And she's not one to rewatch movies. Now, I don't rewatch a lot of movies now. Mm-hmm. Like I know some people who will rewatch things all the time because it's like an anxiety calmer.
Yeah.
I don't rewatch a lot of stuff. Oh, this one. Yes, I watch this one a lot. But my sister like never rewatches stuff. Like Christmas movies for sure.
Yeah, Christmas movies I would say but would be the exception for me. My husband has like 5 or 6. Some are Christmas and some aren't. That if it's on, it's always on. To the point that like if we're like it's the end of the day and we're like watching something together. Trading Places.
Oh my God, Troy loves that movie.
Yeah, so does Brent. And he'll turn on and be like, "Oh, good, it's on," and I'll just give him a look like I do not want to watch this. Like it's a good movie, but it's like at the end of a hard day, I don't want to watch starting at the middle of Trading Places till the end. Like I just don't, you know. But he has that. And I don't know if it's anxiety or just comfort or just like he can do other things while it's on, and he likes getting a laugh here and there. Yeah. But I'd say he's got a handful of those. Yeah. That if they're on, or he'll put them on the DVR or whatever, or stream them, and I just don't really do that.
Yeah, I don't do that. I mean, I like to rewatch movies that I love, like this one. Christmas ones, you know, I will watch Breakfast Club anytime or day. There's some, but I mean, I won't usually, if I watch a movie and I'm like, damn, that was so good, I won't usually rewatch it. Yeah. Like a newer movie. Like the ones I will rewatch, let me change it. The ones I will rewatch are ones that have nostalgia for me.
Sure.
For whatever reason. But my sister's not really that way.
Yeah.
And I said, that's why. It's because I've watched these so many times. She's like, oh, yeah, that's true. I didn't really do that as much. She just didn't.
It makes a difference.
Yeah. And I mean, like I told y'all, I watched so much TV as a kid. She did not watch as much as me.
Nothing wrong with that. I feel like, yeah, exactly. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you for that. I loved all that trivia. I mean, I really liked this movie. I'm sorry it's not a 5.
I'm super glad.
One of these days it's going to be a 5.
One day.
Maybe it'll be Blair Witch. Maybe it'll be Blair Witch. Maybe.
It won't be. But
it might be. We'll see.
Could be.
We'll see. So thank you for researching that. And thank you, listeners, for sticking with us this spooky season. We're just getting started.
I know.
We got so much good content on the way. We've got it all planned out. It's going to be really, really fun.
Also, I feel like we need to make a disclaimer. So many people have asked me about being a guest on our show. We're not doing guests right now, guys.
Yeah, it's not you.
It's like,
us, literally.
Here's the thing. Katie and I have to record at a super odd time of day.
Yeah.
And the only time we both have free at the same time right now is Thursday mornings.
Yeah.
When everybody else is at work that has a normal 9-to-5 job, which we do not have. Like, well, we have jobs, but they're weird.
Yeah. We can work around it. It's partly that. It's partly mic stuff.
And then the sound.
Yeah. And then the sound. And I think we'll be able to figure it out maybe for like early next year onward. We'll see.
But also, listen, it's just easier sometimes when it's just the two of us because it's just easier planning.
Definitely.
Yeah. So no offense, everybody. It's because I had somebody say, oh, I want to come back on. It was one of our prior guests. And I can't remember now who it was. And I'm like, and they were like, did you not like my episode? I was like, no. It has nothing to do with you. It's just easier for us scheduling wise.
Yeah.
And like the Zoom recordings are a beast.
If we ever have a guest on again, it has to be in person.
Has to be.
Because none of those worked out.
Well,
everyone has to have their own mic
kind of issue.
And yeah. It's like one more piece of like technology that can glitch.
Yeah.
And we need the least amount of those as possible.
And there's only us. Like there's nobody else, guys. This is
us.
it.
This is our team.
And it's mostly
you can
Katie.
Probably tell. It probably shows.
It's mostly Katie and Brant too.
Brant helps us, yeah.
But it's mostly Katie does all the tech stuff.
I do most of it, yeah. So anyway.
All right.
Well, thank you for listening, and leave us a review wherever you're listening. Share us with your friends.
Always.
Tell us your own spooky season stories. We'd love to hear them, and we'll see you next time.
And we need to know, are you hot for vampires or not?
Are you hot for vampires or not?
You're not.
Not.
I am. Let's go. Vampires. Let's do it.
She's vamped up on vampires.
All right.
We'll see you next time.
Talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.